first arrive, you're gonna notice it, and if you're smart, you focus on that negative for a small time frame, and then you make the transition. So it's like, okay, that's just the way it is. I'm gonna focus my attention on something else.
I don't understand when they try to speak in the defense of these pet peeves is that, well, China is still a developing country. They've been saying this for like, what, 20, 30 years? Or how long does it take?
At the top of the list would be the hawking, spitting. I guess we could make that a 1 and a 1A. Slurping. And the 2A would be chewing with your mouth open. I just think it's unappealing. And then also the stinky armpits, let's just make that a 3. And then 4 would be the rubbish on the ground. I can't.
And hygiene in general in China is something to be discussed. Luckily, again, I live in a global city, so there is not as much issues with spitting or public urination or public defecation. These all happen publicly, mind you. It's one thing if it's in your house, or not even in your house, if it's, you know, behind a tree or out of the way. No, these things happen like on a main road. You will walk by someone having a shit or a piss or a spit all at the same time in some cases. These are things I don't enjoy about China.
The spitting.
Spitting.
The spitting.
The spitting.
See people spitting loogies in the middle of the street. That's what I'm discussing.
But the way the guys do it in China, it takes them like half an hour just to hack up the spit before they actually do it. It's disgusting. The guy that lives in the apartment above mine, every morning at 6 o'clock on the dot, you wake up to him like he's dying. I swear to God.
Yeah, at 7 in the morning, hear somebody go and just lay one right on the floor. And it doesn't matter where you're at; they'll just do it. It's not like they try to cover their mouth when they do it, anything like that.
The spitting, hacking and spitting on the street corners, in the banks, in the restaurants, on the bus.
Spitting in restaurants.
Spitting on public transportation. In the grocery store. Everywhere. And the worst is when they try to use their shoes to make it go away and it's just like a trail of slime. That is foul.
In America, the guys spit, but like just the noise, like as they're like, I don't know, I can't even, yeah, it's like a hog spit, but everyone does it. The kids, the women, the grandma, the grandpa, everybody does it, and it's, I don't know, it just really like makes my stomach, it doesn't feel good.
You gonna dig.
I don't like the smoking everywhere.
There are a lot of places that you're not supposed to smoke, but they don't care. They smoke anyways. Why do I smell cigarette smokes in the elevator in a hospital? Why?
Elevators, restaurants, the bathroom, cafeteria, teachers will be smoking there. It's like you could just easily walk out the door like 3 feet, you know what I'm saying, and smoke outside.
Any space you leave in front of you, like, it will be filled.
There's not a sense of ownership of space.
Private space, my turf, I don't understand.
People will be right up on you.
But maybe they're okay with like being like right up next to the other person. Like they don't have like concept of personal space, you know?
You gonna dig.
They don't understand the concept of a line.
Like lines don't exist. That's not cool. The pushing and shoving, also not very cool.
Queuing, waiting. No, just push on.
I'm standing blatantly in a place in line, and the third person in front of me pays for their stuff and leaves, and then somebody just comes in and jumps right in front of me. I don't like that. I've pulled people back from cutting me in line.
I don't like the people who jump in front of me for anything. Like if I'm ordering something, you have to wait because it's my turn. Especially if I'm like waiting for a taxi. It's just like, what? How? Stop.
They don't wait for you to come off the bus. They rush onto the bus just to get a seat. And once they see a seat, especially like the Chinese men, once they see a seat, they jet right
So they don't care if the woman in front of them or nothing. And then they sit down happy, like it's a game. Like a maybe seat game before you. Yay. It's crazy and it's annoying. Cause back home, like I don't drive, so in New York I take like the public transportation. And back home that wouldn't pass. There'd be a lot of fights and a lot of cursing and stuff.
I had to get on this old lady and tell her about herself. I told her in Chinese, that's impolite. We're all going to the same place.
拉一拉，我这个往兰州他们就是这么拉出来的。说实话啊，下次拿二胡，拉一拉啊。说实话，非常的难得啊，这家伙非常的搞笑，你看到没啊？我们的实习老师从小都养成，但是这家伙是个吝啬鬼。你知道为什么吝啬鬼吗？他现场啊，他说我这边从不开空调。我说你为啥不开空调？他说我没钱交电费。我问他为什么没有钱交电费？他说我根本上就不用交电费。您知道为什么吗？他说
Just hygiene. Oh my god.
The hygiene.
They don't wash their hands.
Oh, the teeth thing. Another like the hygiene thing, you know? Like, they just don't brush their teeth.
I hate when people pick in their nose because it's disgusting.
And then they play with the boogers after that. It drives me crazy. So they pick their nose, and they pick the other nostril, and they pick, and then they look at it, and they play with it. And they realize, oh man, I didn't get it. And so they go again, and then like it's a constant thing. Like, and I've kind of noticed a pattern because I was watching this guy yesterday. I watch them because I don't even want to see it peripherally. So I might as well just look at it. So I was looking at him, and I was hoping he was gonna look back at me so he could see the look on my face, but he didn't. Because it was supposed to pick his nose, and his finger was all like we can go on the tip, you know what I'm saying, on the outside, or go like this a little bit. But I mean, when the first digit of your finger is like engulfed in your nostril, that's an issue, and that's dirty. I think I just touched the same rail that you did. Like, so now I might have a booger on my hand. I don't like that, and I just don't like that your finger is lodged in your nose. Like, it drives me crazy in so many words.
Students really stink. My students will smell really bad. Like maybe in the beginning of the month they'll smell good because they wash their clothes, but after a while they wear those same clothes every day. They run, they go to gym. When they go to gym, they're wearing those clothes and they're running back and forth and sweating. After a while, the class is just unbearable and I can't do it anymore.
Even when you go to the store and you look for deodorant, like back home they have deodorant sections, that's the whole aisle, and the soap section. But here it's like very, very tiny because they don't really use that.
Coughing and sneezing without covering their mouth. I don't want your germs. I don't know what you've had. I don't know how many times I've been on the bus and I've been coughed on or sneezed on the back of my neck. Just.
If I have to touch a Chinese person or if they have to like touch me, shake my hand, I immediately go wash my hands because they cough, they sneeze, everything in their hands. And I don't know if you guys, they have like this, do you see when they have this long pinky? And I found out that it's like, yeah, used for like really gross things, so.
Children that don't wear diapers or nappies, we call them, and they have this slit that goes across their bum, and then the mum just decides to pull them over a drain, if there's a drain available, if not, anywhere on the street, and let them release themselves in any way, shape or form.
Kids just pissing and shitting on the street.
Baby shitting in the streets with the ass out. That's a pet peeve. I ain't trying to see no baby's ass.
Babies using the bathroom everywhere.
Parents allow their little children to defecate on the sidewalk.
Being able to freely have your child urinate and defecate on the sidewalks.
Babies with no underwear that are peeing and pooping in the street, also into trash cans that are marked recycling. Like, I feel so bad for the trash people that have to go through that afterwards.
Peeing in the trash cans or pooping in the trash cans when they let their little children pee in the trash cans, poop in the trash cans. Around my area, when I was in Fujian, I would walk around and see poop on the street. And it's a problem when you have to, ask yourself whether that's animal or that's a child's poop. If you see a little child running past, oh, okay, it's a child. Poop right on the ground.
Sitting on a train, you're a baby and you don't have like real pants on because they don't really do that here sometimes, and your baby's just peeing on the train, and I just have to move my feet before it gets on my feet.
I was telling a girlfriend of mine, I'm like, if I had been 3 steps closer to this little boy, he just turned right around, pulled down his pants and started peeing. And I was like, if I had been 3 steps closer, he would have peed on me. And I'm just, that's too much for me. Like, that's a lot. That would have really taken me to a whole nother place.
Just the entire, like, restroom situation.
Bathrooms, ew, squat toilets, the end. I don't even need to describe that.
I understand the medical or health reasons behind it. I think it's, you know, great that they've chosen to go to the bathroom in that way, but it could be so much cleaner. I'm sure there is a much cleanlier, sanitary way to use a bathroom than the squatting toilets.
I would rather use the bathroom outside because they smell horrible and I don't like it, you know? And I'd rather squat in a bush, really.
When it's freezing cold outside and they want to open the windows and the doors. Why? And then our inside, like with coats and hats and gloves, like if you close the window, it will be a lot warmer. And the kids are in there, in the classroom, with like red noses and runny noses because they're freezing in the class and you have the window wide open.
They're complaining while the windows are wide open and they're standing by an open window. And it's like, well, just turn around and close it. But they don't do that. It's like they don't have common sense, you know? And then one time I went and I closed the window because it was cold. And one of the teachers like, yeah, it's like real cold. I was like, yeah. Like, were you going to close it? Or you just waiting for me to do it? But, you know, that's weird.
You're gonna dig. As far as how they do business, and I can't believe I didn't say this, but when you mentioned like things happening at the last minute, things changing at the drop of a dime, like that shit's irritating. Like I don't like that. That shit is terrible. And I don't know. I guess it's just the culture here. You know, you kind of come here with in mind that some things are just gonna be different. So you just gotta let some stuff go. But you know, that's not cool.
There's not a sense of efficiency in many areas. I had a situation where, you know, I went online to buy an airplane ticket, and that was a ridiculous process that made no sense of the layers that was involved. And I guess part of it's probably government control. I mean, it's hard to say. But then I had to change that ticket. And a changing process of my ticket, which in the US would have took, I don't know, 15 minutes, took me 2 to 3 days. I think it was 3 days. Change my plane ticket.
Indirectness. A lot of times people are very indirect, and like I guess it's like this whole non-confrontation thing, but it's annoying and passive aggressive, and just it's really big pet peeve of mine now because I've never had to experience that before. Because people are pretty direct, like